Spoofing an authentication cookie can be quite a challenging task, but you know, in this webcode software it's not that difficult. We are tasked to spoof. They talk about that here in task number 2 or page number 2. They give us 2 valid logins. We can try and log in and verify what we will see. So it also tells us that we need to, well, when we understood how the authentication token is generated, we try and spoof login as Tom. So first of all, let's log in as webcode. I want to see just very in the beginning we have 4 tokens, and when I then press the button access, I get a new one called Spoof Auth. I'm going to take this to a document. This looks like base 64, and when you get some experience with, you know, pen testing and ethical hacking and these kind of things, you will also learn to see that this is base 64. The reason why I think it's base 64 is, of course, because of the equal signs, but also if you see it's a mix of small capitalized letters, numbers, a Q. It's not hexadecimal. So I'm going to open my web page here. I'm going to go to a base 64 decoder. I'm going to paste it in. Press decode. And when we get down here below, I'm going to take that, copy it to the document. We will look at it. Now, first of all, I noticed that there's an E. I noticed there's an F. So it is not just a number. It's also not MD5 or any random, you know, encryption or hashing string, because then there would be more letters. It's just a thing you learn to know. I'm just going to try and explain what I do. This does look like a hexadecimal string, so I'm going to go back. I already have it open here. I'm going to paste it in, and we're going to get this here. So I'm going to copy paste this string out. We can look at it. So from the base 64 we got the hexadecimal, and now we get this. If we look at this very closely, we can see that webcode is spelled backwards right there. So if we take this string one more time, delete and write Tom, so it would be mod, because I have to spell it backwards. Then we would take that and say, okay, so if they did this really bad, then all of that is static. Then we just reverse the process to hexadecimal, to base 64, and then we're good to go. So I'm going to copy paste it, go back to the web page. I will paste that in there, and you're going to get the string here on the other side. I'm going to paste it into the document. What did I do? There we go. And remove the white space. Just like that. Then we'll copy paste this string, go back to base 64 encoder, paste it in, encode it. I'm going to take the string, put it in the document. We didn't get it. Let me just one more time. Right click, copy. Just take that. There we have it. We see that it's somewhat different. It's not as long as webcode, which is promising, because then we can see that the first parts, if we're going to paste it up here, you can see that up to around here. So this part here would probably be all that, and the part afterwards would be Tom or webcode. So what we need to do now is also pay attention to the task. It says spoof the cookie. What we could try and do is just basically paste it in like that, refresh the page, and see what happens. Alright, so obviously it doesn't like it, so let's do the quotations around that and refresh the page one more time. If it doesn't eat it just like that, it's because we probably need to do a capture of the ACP request of the actual login. So let's delete the cookie. Let's go make sure that we're going through burp. We are. open burp, go to intercept, is on, log in as anyone, intercept off, and intercept on again, press the button, go to burp, and then forward until you see the login request, which is something /login. Let me just see if I can find it. And this can be quite tedious. There we have it. As you see, we have the login request right there, but we do not have any cookie. So what we could do, if I don't remember the name of the cookie now, but what we could do is take this and send it to a repeater, drop the request, and just log in as webcode, and then one more time, go back, intercept on once again, refresh the page, and we see that we get the spoof auth right there. So what we could do is take this, copy paste it, drop the request, go to repeater, and put that in right there with a semicolon, and then take the token we just generated, there we go, and paste it in instead of that. What we need to do now is go ahead and we could try and send it, of course, see response and say congratulations, you have successfully completed the assignment. Now I'm going to go back. You see that it's green. If I now refresh the page, I should definitely have a yes, we're still green. So this is the way you solve the task, and it might seem a bit tedious, I would say, first of all, because you have to do things, multiple steps. So I will try and explain to you. We found our base 64, which we converted to hex, and then we got it to text, and then we did to hex again, and then base 64 more time, and then we put the string, so we put the string in the cookie, and then we send it, boom. So that's done. That's really the process we did. And if you think this is a bit like, so many things need to do and stuff like that, this is actually pretty little you need to do compared to what could be been done. Now the problem with this is that the token generated when you log in is, first of all, easy to analyze. So they would of course need to do a bit more of advanced, and I think they use some other words here, advanced and random, higher complexity in their session tokens. So, well, for this video we spoofed an authentication cookie, and what we learned is basically that you should never ever create your own authentication manager with your own safe token generation, something. Use a framework, use trusted method, go ahead and check out OWASP and go use the cheat sheet. That is the way to go when you're going to develop secure software. Remember, if you're unsure about it, if you're tasked to develop some software from your boss, and you're like, well, listen, I'm not that good at it yet, I just graduated, it's a valid reason for you to ask to get some course from your job, so you can learn to be better. Because if they want you to do something that is outside the scope from your education, well, then it definitely is a learning curve, but also you might need some education to learn how to do it. Or you could hire a consultant. Just remember to learn from the consultant, else all the work and the money is badly spent and you didn't learn anything. Alright, so if any questions, leave it below. I'm gonna get back as soon as I can. and also give the video a thumbs up. It really helped me a lot to spread the good news. So I really hope you'll see you again online, and have a really nice day.